heard some news this actually it was posted today, that Sid Haig from Devil's Rejects and I think House of a Thousand Corpse, and I know he's in Death House, had passed away. Had passed away on the 21st. And honestly, I'm gonna be real honest. I feel bad for Hell, because now they got Sid Haig, and sooner or later they're gonna get the rest of the horror icons down there.
You know, that man has done some work, and he put in his time, and he's created some amazing films. And again, it's definitely a loss to the movie world, horror movies specifically. So unfortunately, not a good way to start, I guess.
And another, I'm gonna say shout out, because actually it is. I wanted to put a shout out to TJ, my buddy TJ Strong. He just got back into school today. He's been off of school for like 2 weeks due to his cancer treatments. He got back into school, and from what his mom posted earlier, he was staying after school today to actually catch up on his homework.
That's awesome.
And his schoolwork. He will, from what I was told, he's probably going back into the hospital later this week or next week for his treatment regimen. And I plan on taking hopefully my superheroes will be going up there, and we'll be visiting him, make sure he's doing well and doing fine. But I wanted to get into the reason for the show, actually, which is just talk about TM Sound and to do a pre-show for Nickel City Wrestling.
What's that?
What shows do you have coming up?
Oh, okay, all right.
Oh, you're lucky we're not on video, because you'll probably get the shit slapped out of you.
You're not supposed to swear on the radio show, man. Didn't he just tell us no swearing?
He did, but it's his show, so I guess.
That's right. Today's just a good time. That's what it is. What do you got there, Tim?
So, we got a couple things coming up. One of the big things I want to make mention is Buffalo Bark's 5th year anniversary. It's an open house party as well. Steve's actually going to be there. He runs a tattoo studio, SK Custom Designs. And,
who's Steve?
Steve.
He said Shadowcat was here.
Oh, he did. Shadowcat. Sorry.
He's still learning. Nick, he's still learning.
So, besides that, Shadow's going to be there. I'm also going to be there for TM Sound. We're going to be running some music for you. So, Awesome Paws Rescue, Queen City Pities. They're going to have dogs and puppies up for adoption. You can actually go to their sites, get pre-approved for your forever pup. Other things going on there, food vendors.
Let me touch on that here for a second.
You want to touch
base
on that?
Go
for it, man.
Since Steve is here, I might as well talk about it, right?
Yeah.
We've got a long history with another animal rescue, and this is not something I would typically do. But again, being asked to help out animals in any way, shape, or form, I try to capitalize on that. I try to do whatever I can and put forth whatever effort I can to contribute to an animal rescue or to a dog grooming place or anything that helps. I mean, that's what it's all about is how this world works. If everybody's not finding a way to help each other, it could be a not so nice place. So with people around to help out, it's going to be good. I came up with a few custom designs for this. Kind of pulled one out of the rabbit's head on that one. But I think we're going to have a good turnout, and from what I understand, I mean, there's going to be a lot of vendors there.
Yeah.
There's also going to be a lot of people looking to adopt.
Yep.
There will be an adoption event, you said, going on that day, right? So that should be good. And it's rain or shine, as far as I understand. If for some reason it's rained out, then we'll be inside. Otherwise, we will be outside. And you can look forward to seeing me somewhere around TM Sound.
Yep. So it's Sunday, October 6th. It's from 11 to 3. So the other thing that they told me is they are looking for fosters and volunteers. So if you want to get in there, get your hands in, see what you can help with, definitely get a hold of Buffalo Barks, get a hold of the rescues there, Awesome Paws Rescue and Queen City Pities.
I can't stress enough. Don't go to a pet store. Don't go on Craigslist buying a dog. There's enough dogs without homes. So to continue feeding these breeders is the wrong way to go. There's a lot of displaced animals, we'll say, that could use the help, and that these animal rescues, I know in this area they're prevalent. There's a lot of them. So make sure you get a hold of one if you're looking to get a pet for the kids, or just looking to help out and save some animals. Definitely go through a rescue. I mean, my family a long time ago was, my sister was into breeding and stuff like that, and you never really thought about it until you get involved with the rescue, and then you see how much good they're really doing. And they're not looking to line their pockets; they're just looking to cover the expenses of these animals, and try to make sure that they go to good homes. They do some screenings, which make sure that these animals are getting the treatment that they deserve.
Absolutely. Yeah, you can definitely take part and do what's best for the animals. So the one thing too, they just want you to know it is a human event only. No animals besides the animals that are there. So please don't bring your dogs, cats, whatever pets you have. So two big things. Should I mention these now?
What's that?
The upcoming shows that we have.
Oh, no, not yet. No. See, we're going to go back to Mick. We're going back to Mick, back to the host of the show.
Come on, Mick. What do you got?
What's your input on this event we got coming up here?
I'm not even sure what I'm doing that time. I know I'm supposed to be.
It's a Sunday.
Sunday. It's
It's a Sunday. No Bills game.
Yeah, seriously, I think I got a gun rifle. Out at Baron Farrell.
What's the date on that? I know it's a Sunday.
The 6th.
The 6th. Okay, so just to follow up a little bit, the week following that, there will be another tattoo event at SK Custom Designs. That's our regular Silver Linings event to benefit the Silver Linings for Pit Bulls. I know we're almost booked up in that. That's a set certain amount of appointments for that day. So make sure you get in touch with anybody from the Silver Lining for Pit Bulls if you have any interest in that. So there's always a way to help out multiple rescues. It's not just about one or the other.
Absolutely.
So let's get into the Nickel City stuff.
You want to talk wrestling, don't you?
Yeah.
I was totally not even there yet. You had me talking all professional, and I was.
Because I've got I actually got a story for what happened when I met with TJ the one day.
All right, so we're gonna start this off. October. What's the day of my show?
October 18th.
October 18th. To see what happened.
He don't even know where his own show is.
See what happened.
See what it is. See?
See what happened.
He's the boss.
No. See, that's where you're wrong. I relinquished full control over the company to Nick Russo. Yeah. So once that happened, I mean, now I gotta put my mindset as I'm just a wrestler again. So Nick Russo, being the man in charge, I hear he's doing some big things. He's still in contact with me, of course. And October 18th, we're featuring a Candy Cup Battle Royal. That's an annual thing that we do. For somebody that's not familiar with it, similar to the Money in the Bank situation, the winner of the Battle Royal earns a title shot of their choosing anytime within a calendar year. So we have 20 of some of the top talent in Western New York going head-to-head for that shot at a title.
So who do you have announced right now?
Man, I can check it out here. I know we've got.
I know
a few.
Mad Dog's on there.
Yeah, Mad Dog's on there. I know today, Rebel Rick Abbey, newcomer Rebel Rick Abbey, alongside of Primal Warpath. They just got announced today.
I believe yesterday's seen Dakota and Orion and.
Yeah, I might end up giving you guys a little spoiler here. Hold on a second.
Isn't that a triple threat match supposed to come out for the title?
What are we looking at? Oh, the Silver Linings Championship. That's gonna take place between Anthony Musso, Dakota Orion, and Vinny Moon, the defending champion. That's one I want to see. Only because I got each one of them guys got a special place. I don't have one of them. Anyways, so they've all been working extremely hard, and I believe that this match is going to showcase in the culmination of the last few years of what these guys have done. I think it's going to come to a head at Nightmare on Grand Street. I think it's going to come to a head, and I know Dakota Orion. He's still a little upset over the Anthony Musso thing and having his friend stab him in the back, but I'm all too familiar with people not being loyal, and not being the person that they said they were going to be. So,
Right.
so alongside that, we've got our title matches. I'm gonna let's see here. Let me just go. I got 4 pages that I gotta manage on this thing, and I don't even know what any of it is. My kids know how to use social media more than I do.
What, you mean I'm gonna have to start booking little Shadow to come in?
Shadow
and take this?
Junior.
Shadow Junior to come in and take your spot?
Shadow Junior is the brains of this operation. It's not me.
Yeah, I figured so.
Where's my page here? All right, I got it.
I'm just waiting for the day.
I just want to see who we advertised already for the. There's a few that have been advertised already. Okay, I don't know how I even forgot this. Downtown Kenny Brown.
Yep.
Downtown Kenny Brown's going to be in the Candy Cup Battle Royal. He's an amazing competitor, man. He's came out of nowhere and he's taken the area by storm, and that's good.
As a matter of fact, he made his debut last year at Nightmare on Grand Street.
Yeah, I believe you might be right.
Yeah,
How do you know that? I don't know.
I remember
I
him doing
worked
it.
for NCW.
All right, so then we got David Towles Bentley.
Yep.
Another one of them.
Is,
the rent agency. Man, they're thorns in my side, dude. They just don't know how to quit.
Are they going to go after Towels?
I don't.
Rick and Warpath?
Oh, there's
Because
some
they were after him on the last show.
there's some heat there, man. There's some heat there. We've announced.
According to from the videos, it seems like the rent collection agency actually attacked Warpath.
Well, yeah. I mean, the way that it looks is, from what I
I
understand,
know it's not.
From what I understand from Warpath is he's 100% sure that the rent agency is the ones responsible for the attacks in his home. Man, it takes some cojones, to step on somebody's property and invade it, so to speak.
Yeah.
We won't even talk about the invasion that happened.
I know another cat that did that once upon a time, but we won't get into that. Done enough putting him over. So you got Dan Macho.
Oh,
Dan
yes,
Macho
yes.
from the Arcade Heroes. He's been advertised. He's going to be in the Candy Cup Battle Royal. I know there are another 10 or 11 guys that have not been advertised, but if you follow our Facebook, our Instagram, any sort of social media, you'll see as these guys are contracted to this match, they will be advertised. So definitely stay tuned on there for any happenings as far as Nightmare on Grand Street. Nightmare on Grand Street last year. I'm going to say it now. We're going to do the same thing we did last year. I'm going to have to put a call out to, call in a favor to the new boss, Nick Russo. And I think we're going to do, for the kids, we'll do a costume contest. Winner receives 2 tickets to Winter Wonder Slam at Batavia Downs Casino. How's that?
Sounds fair.
That's pretty good. I just, right up on the fly, man. Sometimes you don't need to plan these things. You just come up with it. So then you got newcomer Nolan Evans. Nolan Evans is going to be an entrant into the Candy Cup Battle Royal. You know what? I totally just got distracted, but I'm going to get that for this. I got distracted by that.
Oh.
All right, so gotta mention it, right?
Yes.
All right, the NCW Women's Championship match is going to take place between newly crowned champion Masha Slamovich and the challenger being Megan Myers. You remember her?
Yep.
Megan Myers. Okay. So
When did you bring it? When was she?
she was at Polish Cadets.
Was it April Mayhem?
Yeah, it was a couple shows ago she was there. But again, both very talented competitors, and I'm thinking that Masha is going to be a defending champion, and she's on a mission, man. She's causing some damage up and down the East Coast. If you followed anything that she's been doing, and Megan Myers as well. I mean, none of them are strangers to the roads traveled. Do I gotta mention this kid? I don't even like him. Easter Vase. Easter Vase is in the Candy Cup Battle Royal.
I'm curious now.
What? Who else?
Has Young Bull entered? No, not yet.
I don't have an advertisement. Look, I can send a message to Nick Russo if you want me to find out.
Wasn't he going up against Ace?
Yeah, I know. I know that
Like for the longest time, him and
Ace, Gervais, and Young Bull will have. Their situation will come to a head here very soon.
Yeah.
I know that there's been some talks that it could happen. It could happen as early as Winter Water Slam. But again, that depends on Nick Russo's verdict as to when that match happens. And I think that's going to be more of the same, more of a fight, man, more of a fight, straight through it. Them guys. I think Young Bull's a little upset at the fact that the security guard Jeremiah Richter comes out and he costs him the match.
Yep.
Like nobody even knows who that kid is. So
Yep.
I can see Young Bull who's clearly made his name in NCW and become a household name in NCW.
Yeah.
He's not going to let that slide. I don't see him letting that slide. And I've worked with him, against him.
Yep.
So there's something going to come out of that, and I think that it's almost like setting up a big giant bomb in the middle of that ring with this Candy Club Battle
You're
Royal,
right.
because there's so much tension across the ring. From all of the 20 competitors that are in there, they've all got something to prove, and everybody gets their shot at Nightmare on Grant Street.
Yeah. You're absolutely right.
I will say, super limited on tickets for Nightmare on Grant Street. We are almost sold out. Make sure you log on to nickelcitywrestling.net to get your tickets while they are still available. You got your ticket, right?
I'll be at Scaricon.
I see.
I'm going to Scaricon.
I don't like you anymore.
Good. Which
See
doesn't,
if I help you hang a deer again.
I got something to work on with now, so
Okay, cool.
I went out and bought myself a deer hanger, so I'm good to go.
So you don't need to call me from around the block anymore? I mean,
No.
I was okay with it. I ended up with some
I
venison
called
over
him, and
that.
he got some venison out of it, but that deer.
Why
Okay,
didn't you call me?
the way this story,
Because I was closer.
the way this story goes, one of my superhero guys was coming home from work, hit a deer, was all upset. I told him I'd go get it. Didn't realize that when I pulled up onto the scene of where this deer was hit, which wasn't really bad,
Yeah.
that this deer weighed more than he weighs.
Oh, he was a big deer.
It had to go probably about 150, 200 pounds.
Yep.
Yeah.
And at this time I didn't have the proper pulley system
Hoisting mechanism.
Yeah.
to get it up, so I had to call for help.
Right.
And I had been waiting, trying to find somebody to come. I actually called somebody else before I called you, and he was not even in town.
Wait a minute, and you're not going to be at the October show? But who came through for you when you needed the damn deer on?
I told you months ago I wasn't going to be at the October show. Hey, who was going to drive your ass to the hospital last month? Last show, if you would have.
Yeah, that's true. Luckily, that dive in the balcony, I may have been doing this 15 years, but I think I might have a few more left in me.
It was
A
risky.
few more left in me. It might have been risky, but you know what? It had to be done, because what happens is, as much as I love my young talent, as much as I love the talent that several different places has contributed to Nickel City Wrestling, at some point I got something to prove. I got something to prove that 15 years later I can still go with these young guys. And it's not time for me to hang it up, because, as I told Nick Russo, he needs a franchise player in Nickel City Wrestling, and this is why I relinquished control, because somebody's got to do it.
Right.
There's guys that are pushing and pushing and pushing, and they're getting there, and they're getting there. But is it their time yet, or are they still learning?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So not to discredit anything that anybody's been doing. Everybody has been busting their asses all over the Northeast. Several promotions they work. Most of these guys, I mean, I can't say I do it anymore, because, well, that time is done. I'm not wrestling 3 shows a weekend anymore. It's just not in the cards. So you can find me at Nickel City Wrestling, and maybe the occasional other place I decide to pop my head in. But the majority of the focus is on these young guys and where they're going. Because that's the future of this business, and it's my job to watch and to coach and to guide and do what I can, even if it's beat their ass until they get there.
Yeah.
So, wait a minute, you got a special going on. TM Sound has got a special going on.
I do.
All right, why don't you go ahead and fill these fans in on that?
So, if you're still watching, I believe it was last week, there was a post made. If you book your event by September 30th, you get 30% off. There's also another part to that, but I'm going to let you find out for yourself. Go on the TM7 Facebook page, like, share, and comment on that post, and see what else is there.
I'm going to do it. I need a discount.
See, Shadow's already jumping on it.
Got to, man. Got to jump on these opportunities every chance you can, even
So-
if it's off a balcony.
Now, well, the other thing I want to bring up is the fact that our photo booth is exploding, and not in a bad way, in a good way. We did photo booth Saturday for a wedding, and it was busy. A lot of people loved it. They loved how things worked with it. It's customizable for the photo strips, so that is available with any DJ service too.
So you're saying with the DJ service that you provide,
Yeah.
you can bring that photo booth to a Nickel City Wrestling show, and fans can get some play on that. What do you
We can
think?
do that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to discuss some more details on that, but I think that might be something we see here in the future here in Nickel City Wrestling. We're always looking for new ways to have fun and to capitalize on these fans and make sure that we're interactive with them. One thing that sets us apart from the big name brands, so to speak, is that we are personable. You can walk up to us, shake our hands, ask for an autograph, take a picture. We're not too good to do that.
Get a little too close to the railing, you might actually get close encounters of the wrestling kind.
Definitely
Which is actually-
don't ever cross the guardrail because some people aren't gonna like that.
Now, I do have a question about last year. You said Nick Russo's in control.
Yes, Nick Russo is in charge of the day-to-day. He's in charge of the day-to-day operations, which means
Freeze up.
it frees up my time a little bit, my mind a little bit, and
But the problem was is you bought, not Nick, you bought a career versus career match.
wrong. I did not. If you paid attention into the news, I have not been responsible for the booking in NCW in the last year and a half, almost 2 years.
Okay, I'm sorry. Soldier booked a career versus career match. And
That was his
if I'm
choice.
correct, and if I'm correct, the loser was supposed to leave Nickel City. Correct?
Well, as far as I know, listen, I have not heard anything from Cyclone Jones since that match.
When he announced that he was with Sinister.
Right. I have not seen or heard from him. I don't know what's going through his mind. He was the one that accepted that, so I don't know.
But then on top of that, Nick Russo told him he was going nowhere.
So then I don't know. Yeah, that's gonna be something you're gonna have to come check out the show to find out. Like I said, it's very uncommon for me to not hear from Cyclone. At least the touch base. Hey, this is what's up. Haven't heard from him at all. So again, this may be something that something comes of it, or he runs off into the sunset. I have no idea at this point which way that's gonna go.
And the funny part is out through all those matches, everybody knew.
Why is Mikey every night a champion? Why
That's
is
what
Mikey
I
every
wanna
night
know.
a heavyweight champion?
Was he allowed to buy the candy cup?
I don't know how that worked, to be honest with you.
Nick wanted the candy cup.
You wanted the candy cup, didn't you?
No,
You
actually,
would have bought it.
if I would take on Mikey, he'd be broken. Let's be
Yeah,
honest,
see,
I
that's-
would break him in
was he-
half.
But see,
Was there
Mikey's
candy
got
in the cup?
what?
Was there candy in
Yes,
the
There
cup?
was candy in the cup.
There was candy in the
Nick
cup.
wanted the candy cup.
Oh, he wanted the candy in the cup.
Yeah.
Got it.
No, if I wanted that, I would have just taken it.
See now, okay, so then you've got Mike every night, okay, who has been around this wrestling industry as long as I have. In fact, we came up kind of together, and
Oh, I remember
he's
when
very
he was just a
smart.
little punk kid.
He's very smart. He's very knowledgeable when it comes to the craft, and that's awesome. But he's Mikey every night. He's not somebody the size of Sebastian Braun or the business. But again, the business is his one up. I don't know if you guys caught that. Business is 3 times the size of me. Business is 3 times the size of Mikey.
Yeah.
So what's he do? He says, hey, well, you know how business likes the money, so he throws him a little bit, and he's got somebody that watches his back. And that's what guys of that stature that get into that role. It's only a matter of time before business doesn't get down to that ring in time. That's all I'm saying.
It's true.
At some point, that the business is not going to get down to that ring in time, and that them glory days of Mikey Evernate's championship reign, it'll be over. And that's my opinion on it. That's not from an owner standpoint. That's from a wrestler standpoint.
Right.
I'll tell you what, if I ever won the NCW Heavyweight Championship, I'd be running out the damn door because I know damn well that that's going to put a target on my back, and
There's already a
there's
target
lot.
on your back. Yours and Deacon's, to be exact.
Everybody hates me. I don't know why everybody hates me.
Well, you know, it's kind of hard to not have a target on your back now that you're the Nickel City Championship.
All the tag team champions. Yeah.
You know, that puts a giant target on your back, especially from a certain mafia.
It does. You know what? And let them come back at us, okay? Because again, that's where experience and time and knowledge is going to play a key factor in what happens here. Oh yeah. You think I haven't heard fans come up to me and say, hey, Nazi Mafia is bragging about how they're going to make it to the casino show and they're going to be champions by the time they get there, and they're so you've got fans.
Wondering about.
Hang on, you got. Let me touch on this because this is strike a little nerve here. You got fans coming up to myself and other members of Nickel City Wrestling and telling them, oh, Nachi's guaranteed that they're going to walk out of Nightmare on Grand Street as tag team champions.
Yeah.
Okay. So now, because a fan comes to me and makes that claim, I don't know if it's one of their little buddies that they put up to it,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna make sure that in the foreseeable future, people that try to make predictions and to try to make guarantees, you better hope you can cash in on that. And you better hope, because when you don't, all you're gonna do is continue to disappoint them fans. Because when the Fallen reigns supreme and continues to be victorious, based on them, just based on that alone, you want to give us more fuel, as if we needed any more fuel. Now we got fuel because you've got a guarantee out there. So I'm gonna prove you both wrong. Deacon is gonna prove both of you wrong.
Now
Sorry,
talk
touched
about,
on my nerves.
Let's
Sorry.
talk about something else that's going to really touch
Guys.
on your nerve.
What?
A certain beatdown that you took at last show.
Oh,
in
from
front
Frank,
of
from
Junior.
Frank Nachi. You know, regardless, okay, Shadow Jr. has been in this industry longer than some of the guys that have been. I'm not saying he's a better wrestler or none of that stuff. I'm saying he's been in this business longer than some of them guys on that card. So, for him to have to see the destruction that was caused at our last show by Frank Nachi, and again, this is clearly personal to them. They have something to prove. It is what it is. It's not the first time I got my ass handed to me. It won't be the last. But I tell you what, I'm going to get back up every single time. Do it in a match. Try that in a match. Because somehow, some way, we'll find a way to pull out them stops. And just when you think that the Fallen should be retired, should be out of the wrestling industry, I know you guys want that really, really bad. Come take it. Come take it. I dare you. Stop striking my nerve, Nick. We're supposed to be having a good time here. What other matches we talking about? No,
So
you know what
we're
I'm talking about? We're talking about Nightmare on Grand Street. Bud Good is going one-on-one with Mikey every night for the NCW Heavyweight Championship. Bud Good is a competitor that Mikey needs to pay attention to. Bud Good has been around not very long, but I'll tell you what, in the time that he's been around, he's made an impact. And so again, I think that's going to be a good match. If the rent agency can keep their noses out of business that doesn't pertain to them, then I think that Bud Good's got a really good shot against Mikey every night.
Definitely.
What do you think on that?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well.
Bud Good's put on a good show, and even Nasty Bud.
Oh yeah, no, Nasty Bud is fantastic. I think that did something for both of them, both Nasty Nick and Bud Good. I think the team allows them to put their clouded brains together and come up with something good.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, who'd have thought that Dan Macho and the arcade TJ Cards would form such a cohesive tag team? I mean, even when they're, if one of them can't be there, the other one's prepared to come up with something that keeps that going.
Come up and knock them up.
Yep.
And they play video games with the kids. How can you go wrong with that? You know, I mean, that's awesome. Anything else you want to touch on Nightmare on Grant Street at all?
You know, last year we had Captain Jack there.
Oh, Captain Jack Sparrow, he's awesome. He was awesome.
I'm wondering
That was
if
actually an interesting thing because he was chasing Mikey around.
Yes, yes.
Did you see he
was.
pulled a gun out in the middle of the match? That was funny.
So I'm wondering what tricks are coming our way for Nightmare on Green Street.
I'll tell you what, as far as the inside scoop, there's going to be a couple faces you haven't seen in a little while. We'll go there. Again, this show is focused on our the majority of our local talent. But again, our local talent is now stars.
Right.
So you know, they're as much of an attraction as some of these bigger name guys. And I've got faith, and I know Nick Russo's got faith in the talent that we have. And I think we're gonna once again have a sold out show at Polish Cadets, and you got to be there to see it.
Sounds good. Get your tickets now before they sell out. What we got?
NickelCityWrestling.net.
Not very many left.
www.nickelcitywrestling.net. Not very many.
Yeah.
No,
And just
not
so
very many.
everybody, just because certain people have forgot to mention it,
Was that my fault again?
the tickets for the show are $20 front row, $15 general admission, $18 balcony, and
They increased $3 at the
they
door.
increased $3 at the door.
I'm telling you right now, there's not going to be tickets at the door. It'll be sold out at home at Polish Cadets. Coming into New Year, there will be some changes. You know, some increase in ticket prices, and that's just again, we want to be able to put on the best possible show for you. And in order to do that, sometimes you have to make adjustments.
So we touched on winter summer slam. Wonder Slam.
in your coffee?
It ain't nothing good. Winter Wonder Slam. What are the tickets going to be running for that show? For the
For the Winter Wonder Slam event at Batavia Downs Casino, again, Batavia Downs has been awesome straight through this whole thing, and they're bringing us back again, which means we must have given them a really good show last time, and I think that this standing relationship with Batavia Downs is where you're going to see the majority of the growth with NCW, and that's where you're going to see some higher profile matches. I mean, it will be a reduced roster for that. Only the best of the best will be on Winter Wonder Slam, and any shows going forward for Batavia Downs. That gives these guys initiative to work their butts off, and to prove who's the best, and that's going to be where we're at, unfortunately. You got to do that. But the tickets are $20, and that's the first. It's a VIP ticket. It's the first 2 rows. There is only 3 sides of the ring on that at that specific venue. So it is the first 2 rows are $20, and then the general admission prices is $15, the same as always. I do not believe that they are increased at the door for that. So, but you can log on to NickelCityWrestling.net. Them tickets are on sale now. Make sure you get them. We're looking like putting 600 people in them seats. So make sure you get in touch with us and make sure you reserve your tickets while we still have them.
And the funny part about that is actually I will be probably in that area near Winter Slam. What are you getting?
I gotta stop giving you tongue twisters for
No,
show names
because
here.
simple fact is that's actually in the time frame
not
that
moving.
deer season opens up too.
All right, I'm
He's
not
just not sure if
gonna
he
be at
wants-
the show. I'm gonna go on.
He's just not sure if he wants winter or summer.
But no, seriously, that falls right in the big game season too.
Yeah.
Big game season opens November 16th.
Yep. Second week.
Actually, I'm gonna be in Virgin that beginning of that month too.
So, all right. I guess I got to do this. I just got a message from the new GM, Nick Russo, and no way. Is You think this is? Wow. He said he was going to make some big calls. Well, you're going to hear it first. Mixed world, man. You're going to hear it first before anybody else. Nick Russo has just signed the daughter of legendary Eddie Guerrero. So Shaul Guerrero will be at Winter Wonder Slam on November 30th at Batavia Downs. You heard it first here on Nick's show. So even more of the reason, wow, I'm kind of taken back by that a little bit because Nick had said he had a surprise in store for us.
And for anybody who doesn't know, Shaul.
Yeah, Shaul.
Shaul also does ring announcing for Women of Wrestling, and also she was doing ring announcing for Lucha Underground.
She did a little stint with NXT as well. So again, she's earned her name in her own right. She is a daughter of a Guerrero, which her whole life she has seen and been a lot of places. She's been a lot of exposure. And from what this says, she's actually a special guest host of Winter Wonder Slam. So Shaul Guerrero is going to bring us our show. That's what's going to happen.
The nice part about especially her, she did have a training contract with WWE.
Really?
But then something happened that she just, they released her.
Hey, listen.
That's been happening.
No, listen. That's all right, and that's okay because you know what? Sometimes you got to set them free to do their thing, right? Let them do their thing because them big name companies they have what they're looking for, and just because and again this is an emphasis to anybody that wants to be a wrestler. That's not the only place you can go to make money. That's not the only place you can go to make a name for yourself. Independent wrestling is on fire, and that goes everywhere. And I'm going to give credit to people that I don't even associate with, but the entire Western New York area is on fire. Even going south into Pennsylvania or up into Canada, these promotions are doing big things, and I think they got some of them bigger companies kind of biting on their fingernails a little bit and not knowing which way to go to change stuff up to make it entertaining. But apparently in the indies, we're figuring it out. So
let's actually take a couple seconds. The independent wrestling scene has been given WWE, Impact, and all Ring of Honor, all those. We have gotten some stars that have made it to the big show. No doubt,
and some of our crew.
Luke Harper, Dalton Castle, Asylum. There's been other guys that have went up there. Dick Justice was on Impact for a while.
Listen, do we get his head shaved by CM Punk? I mean, we've had a lot of our guys. They'll get their time. You know what I mean? And some want to be on the road 300 days a year, and that's where you're going to want to go then, because that's where you're going to do the best. And there's no doubt about that. If you're anything like me, you're a family man. You want to do both. You want to be multi-versed in a lot of different areas. Hence tattooing, wrestling, talking on a radio show with Mick.
Let's actually get down to the actual point of this. When you established Nickel City Wrestling, what was it for? Why did you bring Nickel City into this part of New York?
Nickel City Wrestling was a product. It was never part of my plan. I was completely content where I was and trying to help that grow. But when OSPW decided that it was time to close their doors, it was time that somebody capitalized, and it was time that somebody evolved a new product, a new brand. OSPW was a Buffalo company that never ran in Buffalo. Okay. And so you see where the problem lies there, is that the biggest market in the area is Buffalo. And so I'm from Buffalo. I'm a city kid. I was west side of Buffalo my whole life. So, street smarts turned book smart turned business smart. So the idea for me was to not only create an awesome show in Buffalo for the fans of Buffalo to be able to get to and be able to commute to and have a nice area that it's kind of give you a versatile crew as far as fans is concerned. But it was more so for the local wrestlers. If you weren't a part of,
This place or that.
if you weren't part of this place, then you wouldn't have anywhere to go, sort of thing. Because you got these cliquey guys that are only set on their few guys, and I'm gonna say it, you know, them guys for them to look outside of the box is not characteristic. It's not something that happens unless you know them or are friends with them. You're not gonna get to that point.
Right.
And will I say that we're neck and neck with them? I say with the exception of our production, our wrestling is good, if not better. Our talent is good, if not better. The only thing that they got on us is production, and I'm going to say it right there.
But you know, there's also a thing you have to realize.
They've been around for
I'm
that
not
other
even
brand.
going to touch on that. I'm actually going to touch on the dollars and cents of this. I'm going to touch on the
You're not
dollars and
supposed to
cents
say
of
that
this
on the
for a second. You know, and that's simply, we sell out. We had what? Every show that we've done, except for maybe one or two, we've sold out.
Hey, listen, Polish
Hell,
Cadets.
even our first show that we had was a sellout.
Polish Cadets, though, we're running 350 people in that venue, and that is tight.
Yeah.
That is super, super tight. And we are constantly looking for bigger or alternative venues. I will say in the near future, we may be working on a very, very large building that will be running more superstar-esque shows in the near future. And we are in talks with a few different people and looking to outsource some of our product and to make sure that we continue to grow, and that's the thing. And regardless whether we're in a building we can't put another 5 people in, that's fine. Look for live streams. We're figuring it out.
Yep.
It's coming soon. A little bit slow going, a little bit slower than I want it to be, but we'll get there. And I know we started airing one show a week on YouTube. We have enough content, video content now. We can start giving you fans a little bit more of a taste as to what you're going to expect at an NCW show. The most important thing to tell you is just as soon as the tickets go on sale, that's when you want to get them.
Yep.
Get them then until we can get you guys a bigger building. And even still, I still think Polish Cadets is our home.
Yeah.
And you know, it's like, I saw a building, and I told you my dreams numerous times about getting my hands on an old warehouse.
Yep, absolutely.
Having
Absolutely.
one half of it set up where a ring could stay permanently set up.
Right,
Wouldn't have to tear it
see,
down, wouldn't have to move it.
But see, and again, you look at that though, and you're restricting yourself in doing that. If I or NCW purchases a building in, say, Black Rock, where we're running currently, that restricts us to that venue.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, with the way we have it now, we have our home, but we also go other places. I mean, now we're doing Batavia Downs Casino. We were on the beach this summer.
Yep.
We want to keep that open, them possibilities of
That's-
different areas open, and to be able to network more people, we need to not only have a home place, but we also have to have bigger venues and more. Just different areas. You need to continuously cover different areas, and whereas some people are all about doing a show with an empty building and just making sure the production's good and so they got something to stream.
Yeah.
You know what? There's nothing like a live audience, and that's the way we'll always be geared is for that live audience.
You know, the thing too is that with all the changes that are coming to Nickel City Wrestling, you know, Nick taking over, going through a whole different lineup. For just the boss part, you know, you guys are looking for a different building. We're trying to figure out exactly what we're doing with our team, get some different things going there. And eventually, being a sponsor of Nickel City Wrestling, we're going to need more people to actually be on production part.
Absolutely,
You know,
absolutely.
for
Always looking
sound,
to grow.
lighting, video, all of that production as the technology improves for Nickel City Wrestling and what they can offer, we're going to need more help as well. So.
Yeah, that's the thing, and it's any company that is not willing to have an open mind and to be able to continuously grow or make efforts to grow. If you stop making efforts to grow, then you're going to end up in a standstill. Either the times are going to outshine you, or somebody else is going to do it better, or faster, or whatnot. You always got to be able to be willing to grow within yourself as a business, and not worry so much about what the other guys are doing. Worry about what you're doing, and that's what we're looking to do. And again, with TM Sound, I know you were talking about possibly expanding some positions for some credible candidates, to be able to assist with some of these production ventures, or you know, I mean, you got your weddings. That I mean, them things they book up like crazy. I know firsthand. I see your schedule sometimes, and you guys book up fast too. So
I mean, we've hit 5 years, and just that 5 years has exponentially grown. So
right,
just the services offered plus what's coming up our way for corporate.
right.
There's a lot of big corporate things coming our way too. So,
And that's what I like about the partnership between TM Sound and Nickel City Wrestling, and you know, some of our other consistent sponsors. I'm going to mention somebody else's podcast on your radio show right now, Fourth Wall Podcast. I mean, again, you got to mention these, because all of these people, we create a culture within us, a family, so to speak, and you know, if TM Sound needs help with something, I'm gonna be there, and the same vice versa. And when you have people willing to help each other to grow, then it's better for everybody involved. Whether it be somebody getting married, or somebody wants to go to a wrestling show and got some kids that wanna see what wrestling's all about. You know, it's definitely good to have that growing relationship consistently.
you mind if I mention one person?
No, you mention whoever you want.
You know Joe, Smash Joe.
Yeah, I know Joe.
Is he still smashing?
Yeah, Joe's still smashing. Smash Relief Headquarters. He's got that truck, man. He's going all over the place.
It's things like Joe, and he invited me to, I forget where it was, but he invited me out. He's like, hey, you know, play music, I'll smash things, have people smash things.
Right.
I'm like, hey, it's the partnerships like that that Shadow's talking about, and we love those partnerships.
Right. I
And
mean,
you
we're
know what, guys, I'm actually going to eat up my last 10 minutes talking about something that happened this past weekend. Well, actually, end of last week into this weekend, and still goes on. So going on until October 19th.
Oh boy.
That is actually the Odyssey photography project that I participated in.
you just interrupted me. I was totally just about to talk about that, and you had to interrupt me with
Well,
that.
it's my show, so
Well, that's fine. It's your show. Take over.
When's it end?
it ends October 19th. It's at the SEPA Gallery on Main Street. We had
Okay.
actually participant only opening on Thursday. Good turnout. A lot of people showed up, brought their friends, family. I have some pictures up. Other people have some pictures up. I had a little meltdown on Thursday, which, you know, I got bitched at work. Honestly, I'll take it. Friday, I went and I went to the actual civilian opening, if you want to call it that. And I took some people around, showed them my work, explained the program. And I wanted to say something, and this goes out to everybody that was in this. It was like 30 some odd veterans participated in this program.
Wow.
And it wasn't an easy, you know, it wasn't like, oh, we show up one day, they give us a camera, tell us to go out and shoot pictures. We had projects. Every month, every week, we had a new project.
Wow.
There was double exposures, silhouettes, personal, you know, like portfolio pictures. We spent hours on hours producing our work to be critiqued, picked for the show. I will admit, I have probably about 5 or 6 shots in there, different things.
That's awesome. To have 5 or 6 shots in something like that,
And,
that's
you know,
that's
then
awesome.
there are other guys that have a lot more, but
But you know what, Mick?
you know,
Some of the best NCW photos come from not only Chris Jewell, Raquel Long, but yourself. I mean, the three of you guys have put out some pretty damn good shots and have helped us grow. So again, that goes along the lines of that partnership that I was talking about, where it's everybody helps each other, and then you grow one unit. And that's again, you were being super critical about some of your shots, man, and I seen them. I know they're good. And
Well,
we've had a lot of different people taking pictures.
Here's a little background onto that mess, and I'm going to call it a mess because it was a mess. A while back, I was somebody who I thought was a friend. Well, they're friend, but they're critical. Decided that they were telling me my shots were blurry, too dark, not good enough. I had a gentleman in my photography group, not my particular group, but another one, critique some photos that I took at Central Terminal. Not framed right, out of focus, blah, blah, blah. But you know what? I realized something after I got yelled at by probably more people than I can count, that something was said to, actually we'll go to what was said to me by one of the guys that was in my group for photography. He goes, what comes out of your camera is what your eye sees, not what somebody else's eye sees.
Absolutely, it is true.
And I have to,
and that's what I was going to say.
I do have to admit, my earlier work was on a cheap camera. Let's be honest, it was on a point and shoot. And yes, it was blurry. Yes, it was dark. Yes, it was.
Got to start somewhere, Nick. Got to start somewhere. But then you evolved again. Same thing with the NCW product. You have to evolve, and as long as you can take some of them criticisms as just that, people are going to give you their opinions about it, and some are going to like it, some are going to hate it. I've got tattoo images. Some people are like, "Oh, that tattoo's amazing," and I'm like, "No, it's but just being critical of my own work." But again, as an artist, it's same concept. You have to learn to grow, and to take that constructive criticism and use the bits and pieces. So if somebody says, "Hey, this shot is the wrong exposure, or the wrong shot, or the wrong whatever," you can interpret that as different. Maybe one part of what they're saying is right, but the shot was right, and in your mind, what you see is what you're putting out there to people, and it's not up to other people what you put out there. It's up to you and what drives your artistry.
And look, I will explain something, and I will, in this, you can ask any photographer, and they'll tell you the same thing. Shooting an action shot, especially with what I shoot, which is wrestling, they never stop. If they stop, it's because it's beginning, end, or they're trying to figure out what they're going to do next.
Right.
But shooting an action shot, like perfect example, your jump off the balcony. that had to be at least a 5. That was, for me, that was a 5-shot thing. I only caught a couple of those. There were ones that were so flippin' blurry,
right?
I couldn't post them.
Right.
But the fact is that, and you've seen it, I've got a hell of a shot.
Yep.
Yeah.
Of him coming in midair.
Yep. And that's the thing is again, that's the difference too. Some people are really good at still shots, and some people are more about the action shots or motion shots. And again, you know what? Some of the best pictures in the world. Look at Flash, man. Some of the best pictures of Flash are the Flash, and they aren't even of him. So it depends on what your mind sees and what you're trying to project to that viewer, and to not take the criticism from other people as in a condemned state. Almost take what you need from what they tell you and go forward from it. Don't dwell on it because you've got, for every one bad shot you got, Mick, you got 1,000 good ones.
And here's the only bad part about this show. We got 5 minutes left, so it's time to wrap it up.
Man, already? I was having fun.
Me too.
I didn't even, man.
Can we go a little longer?
No.
Who are we going to yell at? Who else we got to yell at?
Nobody. It's just wrapping it up.
Where's the NCW heavyweight champion? Why is he not here?
I don't know.
He was standing at a ring at the Bills game yesterday.
Mikey ain't gonna come.
At least he brought the NCW title with him.
I read his excuse actually. I read his and I read.
It's
and
not.
I also read.
Nope.
Vinny's.
We're not even gonna touch on that. It's okay. Hey, next show that pertains to Nickel City Wrestling, I'm gonna totally volunteer.
A couple victims.
They will be wrestlers. They will be on this show. I promise you. I will find a way to get them here.
Whether it's in person or over the phone.
Whether it's a slight slap on the hand and say, "Get your ass to the damn radio
But you know
show."
what, guys? We're gonna wrap this up same way I always wrap it up, which is quick promos for upcoming shows. Again, we'll go with the Odyssey program, and like I said, ends October 19th.
Yep, definitely get there if you can to check out some of the next
Check
work.
out the work. When you go in, there's 4 floors to this whole show actually.
You said that's at the SEPA Gallery,
It's
right?
at
Now,
SEPA
where's that
Gallery on
located?
Main Street.
Main Street, okay. And that's
I think
Buffalo?
it's 671 Main Street.
Okay, so it is in Buffalo.
It's next to the Expo, it's called the Expo Restaurant Extra.
Is there an admission charge to get in there?
No, it's free.
It's free and open to the public.
It's,
Okay, so
like,
make sure.
and again, like I said, it's 4 floors: basement, first floor, second floor, third floor, galleries.
Wow.
All the work. There's an actual paper that will be on each floor.
Right.
You can pick it up. It has the numbers. The numbers will tell you who shot it.
Okay.
The
Sounds
main
good.
floor.
I know I'm gonna go check some out for sure.
Yeah.
Listen, on the main floor, everything's labeled with the person's name.
Got it.
And the way you can actually, I'll tell you the way you can actually identify the person. There is, in the window of the SEPA gallery, there is a giant blue thing of a guy holding a ring and a gun. Big poster.
Everybody has Google Maps. Just saying.
But no, I'm just trying to get, and
Tim, why don't you go ahead and give some information out for TM Sound before we get off the air here, and then
2 minutes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Give some information, man.
So,
Make them know where you're
TM
at.
Sound, if you're interested in booking an event, go to our page, tmsound716.com. Follow us on Facebook for more information, or you can always call 716-712-4763. Shoot us a message.
Oh, that's you that's been blowing me up this whole. Oh.
Yeah. Well, you wanted more information about the
All right,
special,
hang on. I gotta
so-
get time to get some stuff in here. What else you got?
5th year anniversary open house at Buffalo Barks and
I'll be
Sunday.
tattooing. It won't be at that event, but I will be tattooing for that people.
Yep. October 6th, 11 to 3. Parking across the street at IMA Life. It is rain or shine. Do not bring a pet. It is human-only event. Wrestling events.
October 18th, Nightmare on Grand Street. Get your tickets while they last. There's only a couple left. NickelCityWrestling.net. If you cannot, for some reason, make that event, definitely check out our event at Batavia Downs Casino, November 30th. You've heard it here. For Winter Wonder Slam, we've got Shal Guerrero, the legacy man. Definitely get to NCW and check us out.
And to end this, actually wrap this all up, guys. Again, thank you for showing up.
Thank you,
on the
Mick. We
show.
appreciate your time.
This has been Mick Hatton along with Shadowcat and Tim. Good night. Have it, and see you guys next week.